Hey everybody, man! I'm stoked, pumped up to see you. So the other day, I got to spend like the entire day with the 18th Airborne Corps Command Sergeant Major. It's Command Sergeant Major Holland. Started off just doing some chit chat and talking about what our company can do, what our company does do throughout a typical year. Went and showed them our equipment, some of our soldiers, walked through our barracks. We ate chow together, and then we recognized a few other soldiers along the way for some of their outstanding work. So I thought it was just a really awesome opportunity to share some conversation with them. Down to earth dude. If you've ever met him, you probably know he's not this I've made it kind of guy. He's not a overly political kind of guy. Like I've met a lot of CSMs out there who think that they're so top heavy that they're unwilling to hear the God's honest truth. Which I mean, if they just heard it, like maybe something could actually change. Like maybe you've met somebody like that. But Command Sergeant Major Holland is not one of those guys. Like I have no doubt that if I said, hey, I just need more time in a given week to be able to execute the things that are on my plate, I don't think that he would look into me and say, well, if you were just a better time manager, if you didn't have such shitty NCOs, then maybe you could get your job done. If you weren't such a shitty NCO, maybe you should be fired, right? Because diamonds aren't forever, right? I've met folks who would say things like that. Command Sergeant Major Holland is not one of those guys. So it was really nice to see that because he is such a high echelon of leadership. He is working for a 3-star. And also during the process, we're talking about some recent events in Fort Drum, right? We've had, I want to say 3 or 4 suicides in a relatively short period of time. It's a really tragic time, and it's hard not only for those family members who have direct connection with these service members, but also their battle buddies and their friends, their loved ones, those units. And now, I mean, I'm sure the entire post is just rocking, right? I've had suicide in my battalion, and I've had some suicides along the way over the course of since 1995. I've known a few folks who have, and it's certainly a trying time. And so we just talked about a little bit about that trying time that we face sometimes, and the impact that it can have on the organization, on the health of the organization. So that was a good quality and open and honest conversation, I think. We didn't go to my DFAC because the room was reserved by somebody else. We went over to the Raptor Defect, which in my opinion sucked compared to the Spartan Defect, which is actually the Courage Inn, but it's my DFAC. So there's that. The other guy I got to spend some time with this past week was the Garrison Command Sergeant Major for JBLM, and that was another really good conversation. And I used my opportunity, right? Kind of gave the same brief, and then we just chit-chatted, myself and the other first sergeants and our CSM. That was one small audience, right? Because right now we're not a tenant unit, but we're getting ready to be here in about a month and a half. And we'll start reporting directly, so we'll be a DRU, or direct reporting unit, to First Corps. So that's going to change some of our dynamics, and I'm sure some of the requirements that we have operationally as we become a little bit easier to use, a little bit speedier to use for all the separate brigades and even for the BCT. So with the Garrison CSM, he also was, in my opinion, kind of a down to earth kind of guy. But I used that opportunity to talk about things that I know that he can influence, right? It wouldn't do me no good to talk to the Garrison CSM about operations, right? He has absolutely no impact, no influence, unless I just wanted his advice, right? Some wisdom, some drops and nuggets. But he does run the post. He's basically the mayor's assistant, right? The Garrison Command Sergeant Major is basically the second mayor, right? He's got the mayor's ear. He's running the garrison. So talk about roads, talk about infrastructure, talk about housing, talk about barracks. I have a need in my barracks. I currently, what I would love to see, because people first, right? People first, and security and sexual harassment, sexual assault issues, I would love to see electronic keypads on the exterior of my barracks. I think that would increase security. Talking about, because he's, we're never going to get, air conditioners in the barracks. Well, but that's because that's a lot of stinking money, right? And I don't need all brand new barracks, but if I could just get this one thing, which, what was it going to cost? Maybe it costs $10,000 a door, right? Because it's contracted, so it's going to cost a lot. $20,000. Drop in the stinking bucket, right? Drop in the bucket. But what does that do? It offers more security in the barracks because you have to have a code to be able to get in. Not saying that dudes can't share their code, but you have to have a code to get in. So what is the second and third order effect of that? Well, to be honest with you, it's that I can take between these two buildings and I can consolidate our CQ. I don't need somebody inside both buildings if both buildings are secured. But maybe we can consolidate our CQ. Now that's half the impact, right? I think that would be pretty awesome. So we're going to see how that goes. So what I share and submit to you, everybody, is take advantage of the opportunity. Look, everybody who's above you isn't always a pompous POS. A lot of them are really good dudes trying to get after things, and they've been trying to get after things for a long time. So be patient and I'm not telling you to have empathy with seniors, but they're real dudes, right? They're people just like you and I, and some of them are really good ones. And I happened to meet two really good senior command sergeants major in 1 week, and it was a really good opportunity for me, and I'm stoked to be able to hopefully use that in turn to help my soldiers. Appreciate all you guys, man. Leave some comments. Let me know what we need to talk about, and we'll keep this conversation rolling. Till then, you keep grinding and stay stoked.